Colts fans, what up, yo? Skinny Boy Colts here with another video on the Indianapolis Colts. It's week 7 in the NFL. Colts travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Friday's injury report, who's in, who's out for Sunday's game. We're going to talk a little bit more about those concussions that the Colts have had. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got 5 coming out of week 6. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to talk a little bit more about, is the Colts trying to transform into a pass first team from a run first team? Touch those type of bases today on this video. But before we do that, leave your thoughts in your comments in the comment section below on this video and any other video that you may have seen on the channel. Hit the like, hit the share. Trying to build the algorithm up, get the videos out there so that everybody can see them. And if you're doing that, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every time this Skinny Boy Coach drop a video. That being said, let's talk Friday's injury report first. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out the way. Thought I had it out. There we go. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Friday's injury report. You know what I'm saying? Kiki QT, he had the concussion. Like I said, in my other videos, he did not practice Wednesday or Thursday, but he was at a full practice Friday. But he's still out of Sunday's game. Stephon Gilmore had the rest, did not practice. Wednesday, he was at a full practice Thursday and Friday. Center Ryan Kelly, he had a rest. He did not practice Wednesday, but he was back at full practice Wednesday and Thursday. Defensive end Yannick Ndakwe, he had a rest, did not practice Wednesday, but he was back at full practice Wednesday and Thursday as well. I'm sorry, Thursday and Friday. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Quiddy Pay, ankle, did not practice all week. He's out for Sunday's game. Kylan Granson, neck. He was a limited practice Wednesday, full practice Thursday and Friday. Shaquille Leonard, Darius Leonard, concussion, nose, back. He was a limited practice Wednesday. He was a full practice Thursday and Friday. He's out of Sunday's game. Running back Jonathan Taylor, ankle, limited practice Wednesday, full practice Thursday and Friday. Safety Julian Blackman, ankle. He was a full practice all week. Running back Naeem Hines, concussion. He was back in the full practice all week. Running back Deion Jackson, quad. He was back to full practice all week. Linebacker JoJo Adaman, he did not practice all week. He's going to be out of Sunday's game. Defensive tackle Grover Stewart, rest, did not practice full practice Thursday, or did not practice Thursday, full practice Friday. And defensive tackle DeForest Buckner, rest, and he did not practice Friday. But he's not ruled out of Sunday's game. Neither is Grover Stewart. He's not ruled out of Friday's game. Only ones that are ruled out of Sunday's game is JoJo Donovan, the linebacker, Darius Leonard, linebacker, Quiddy Pay, defensive end, and Kiki QT. You know what I'm saying? The wide receiver. Those are the players that are out of Sunday's game as we travel down to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans just came out of their bye week. As you know, they're sitting 3-2. Colts is sitting 3-2-1. This game is to decide right now, as of right now, who will lead the division. Will it be Tennessee or will it be the Colts? Titans swept us last season. Okay, and they just beat us this season too. So they didn't sweep us yet, but much like last Sunday's game against the Jaguars, it was looking kind of bleak. And just like the rest of us, and even though the people that was over there on the Colts Nation's fan page, where I'm always over there talking about the games, you know what I'm saying, and commenting and leaving my comments and my thoughts over there. A lot of people was talking about, you know what I'm saying, for you first quarter people that whatever the hell that he said, or you know what I'm saying, goodbye, or we can leave the match. Look, it wasn't about that. It was just that, you know what I'm saying, 6 weeks in a row, this team has been starting off the same way that they was starting off, you know what I'm saying. We was throwing a lot of underneath shallow bubble screen passes out to Deion Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the offense moving and stuff like that. I was for it and I wasn't for it. The reason why I wasn't for it is because you know what I'm saying. You want to see, you know what I'm saying, those middle of the route um, passes not underneath or behind the sticks for Michael Pittman, where he only throwing it 8 yards and then he has to damn near break his neck just to pick up 2 more yards, 3 more yards. And as the game went on, you did start to see a little bit more of the middle. You know what I'm saying? Those crossing routes from Michael Pittman that was 12 and 13 yards out. But you know what I'm saying? For the majority of the game, they were underneath. You know what I'm saying? Behind the sticks, they were under 10 yards, and he had to, you know what I'm saying, hustle to get those other yardage to pick up. You know what I'm saying? 13 for 134 carries. I guess that was his career high, and catches and yardage in the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to that. You know what I'm saying? The reason I wasn't for it is because it was just short pass, short pass, short pass, short pass. And you know, it when you look at it and you look at how we were coming into the season, all these free rushers were coming in, coming in, coming in. And, you know what I'm saying, Matt Ryan was just taking hit after hit after hit, sack after sack after sack, you know what I'm saying, pressure after pressure after pressure. You have to do something to try to get that ball out quicker, to get that defense gassed, to get that defense off his heels and off his toes. And it's sad that it took 6 weeks to get that, but if you can get those passes out quick, and if you can get them, you know what I'm saying, even if it is a bubble screen or underneath or whatever, if that's what's got to be done, then that's what's got to be done, because our offensive line is not holding up and protecting Matt Ryan. So, like I said, I was for it and I wasn't for it when I saw all those little short underneath and shallow passes and bubble screens and them little screen routes and the underneath little 8, 9 yards behind the stick passes for Michael Pittman Jr. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? It was needed. You know, it's just it was needed. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We got the Titans, and just you know what I'm saying. A fun fact. Fun fact, you know what I'm saying, is that you know the last 4 times that we faced the Titans, you know what I'm saying. I got everything wrote down here. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. We lost 45-20. They swept us last season 25-16 in the first week, and then the second week they swept us at, you know what I'm saying, they beat us at home in overtime. Seeing other videos when I talked about that, it was 31-34. And then they just beat us here again in like what, week 4, 24-17 at home. So much like I said about last week's game, is that if we are not careful, if the Colts are not careful, man, we can get swept again by the Titans 2 seasons in a row with 2 different quarterbacks. With Carson Wentz, they swept us last season, and if we're not careful, we can get swept this season. You know, I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying, we don't get swept. I'm hoping that we can go down there and at least, you know what I'm saying, tie with the Titans, you know what I'm saying, like we did with the Jacksonville, split it, you know what I'm saying, 1-1, and then we'd be 1-1 with the Titans as well, because we're tied with the Texans. So to win this game and to go first into the division would be a good step for the Colts moving forward. And as if you've seen my last video, I said that this is around the time where the Colts start to pick it up and start to move forward and start to go on that, you know what I'm saying, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe game winning streak, which is around this time. But you know what I'm saying, we got to get over the Titans. We got to get past the Titans. You know what I'm saying. And we'll see what happens come Sunday. And this is the 4:25 game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not a 1 o'clock game. The game comes on at 4:25. I do believe. I have to look that up. I didn't look that up because, like I said, these videos are not that. You know what I'm saying. I'm not to where I can go live, so I have to keep my videos short and under time. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying. Let's move on to the next thing. Is that are we transforming from a run first team to a pass first team? You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the season, it was more or less like, you know what I'm saying, the Colts have to be balanced on offense, you know what I'm saying, with the run game and with the pass game. You know what I'm saying? We need for Jonathan Taylor to at least eclipse 1,700 yards in rushing. You know what I'm saying? You know, what he did last season, 1,900 yards, and Matt Ryan coming in and balancing out with like 35, 4,000 yards in passing. And so far, we haven't gotten to that as far as the passing yardage. Or, I mean, as far as the touchdowns. I mean, you know, he's at 1,700, and he's finally gotten 8 touchdowns on the season, Matt Ryan. But Taylor is under 500. He's not even in the top five as one of the top five running backs, him or Derrick Henry, to be, you know what I'm saying, exact. And to miss week 5 and to miss week 6 against the Denver Broncos in week 5 and then to miss the Jaguars in week 6 at home, you miss your first primetime game as well as due to an ankle injury. Like I said in my other videos, the Colts stand alone, man, with them injuries as far as ankles and concussions. Talk about that in just a minute. But with, you know what I'm saying, coming into this week 7 with this game, you know what I'm saying, Carson Wentz was at just eclipsed 1,000 yards, you know what I'm saying, and we were rushing, you know what I'm saying, at 1,000 yards going into blah 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 going into week 7. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, Matt Ryan nearly about to eclipse 2,000 yards with 1,700 plus yards. You know what I'm saying, he could pick up that 260 some yards and passing this Sunday down in Tennessee against the Titans. But is that what we're transforming into? I mean, you think about it, you got your wide receivers, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., you know what I'm saying? You got your 2 big tight ends, Jelani Woods and Mo Alley Cox, you know what I'm saying? And Ashton Doolin, once he comes back off of IR, you know, and then you got, we just brought the Michael Harris back to the practice squad because Kiki QT just got a concussion last week. So, you know what I'm saying? And he got Hines. The wide receiver core for the Indianapolis Colts, it is stepping up, and it is a good wide receiver core, and it could be elite, and it could be a lot better if the offensive line can, you know what I'm saying, give Matt Ryan some time. You know, I said in my last video that it was a tremendous, and it was, you know what I'm saying, if you go back and you look at the first week 1 through 5, the offensive line was horrible. It was like a tremendous and complete turnaround for the offensive line going into week 6 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the thing about this is that now the scary part about this offensive line being able, hopefully they can build that chemistry and move forward and keep that up. Because like we said, the man only got hit, he got hit 5 times. He didn't get sacked. So if they can build on that and go into Tennessee and take that in there and continue to protect from Matt Ryan, I guess the next big concern is going to be, you know what I'm saying, incomplete passes and interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't look past that either. You know, even though he was getting sacked 7, 8 times a game, now he didn't get sacked 7, 8 times a game. Now we have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, those incompletes and those interceptions because got to look at Sunday's game. He nearly threw an interception to Jelani Woods in that 2 minute, in the last 2 minutes of that game. He tripped in that last 2 minutes of that game. You know, so it's those are the new and next concerns for me when it comes to Matt Ryan. Now that if this offensive line with Dennis Kelly, you know, because they took Bernard Raymond out of the game Sunday and put Dennis Kelly in. They moved Matt Pryor over to right guard. I still don't think that Matt Pryor should be playing, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not a coach, and I'm not. So that's on them, and if they're going to let him play, let him play. But I don't know. You know, is leave your thoughts in your comments below because I'm trying to. You know, we're 14 minutes into this thing. Is that what the coach is transforming into? You know, are we transforming into a pass first team from a run first team? Because, like I said, you know, even though with the injuries that Jonathan Taylor has sustained with his ankle, we still had Deion Jackson and Phillip Lindsay. But then when Naeem Hines caught the concussion, it was kind of scary there. But the question that I'm asking is do you think that the coach is transforming from a run first team to a pass first team with Matt Ryan at the controls? I would like to see it balanced out, and I'm gonna have to give my opinion after Sunday's game to whether or not if that's what I think that's what we're trying to transform into. All right, now with that being said, these injuries, you know what I'm saying? Like I said in my last video, the Colts have 5 concussions coming out of week 6, you know what I'm saying? Going back to week 1 with the rookie Alec Pierce getting a concussion. Then jumping to week 4 against the Tennessee Titans, Tyquan Lewis and Darius Leonard getting a concussion. Then you go to week 5, Naeem Hines getting a concussion against the Denver Broncos. And then week 6, Kiki QT getting a concussion off the punt return for against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I was talking about that in my last video and the video before that too as well, because the concussion could be, so that's like one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous injury in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Because that's career ending. We all saw what happened to Tua 2 weeks in a row, you know what I'm saying? The Buffalo game, and then was it Baltimore? Miami and Baltimore, where he got hit in that game so hard. I mean, it was crazy after when I saw that. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you see the players getting hit like that and getting tackled like that. It's a scary, scary thought, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you seen that helmet to helmet. It was a scary thought. It was a scary sight when you seen Alec Pierce get hit like that, because you hear that crash, that crack, you know what I'm saying? The one between Tyquan Lewis and Darius Leonard, you know what I'm saying, that broke his nose, Leonard, and had to have surgery on that. You know what I'm saying? Those are dangerous, dangerous, dangerous hits. And then the way Naeem Hines got hit Thursday in the game against the Denver Broncos in that first season, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just, I guess it's just instinct that these players want to jump up and keep playing, and it's those are career-ending hits. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't, like I said, I'm not a coach, so how we better protect them from those type of injuries, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that there's a better scheme technique that they're working on, because, like I said, Kiki QT coming off the punt return in week 6, getting a concussion against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's 5 players: Pierce, Tyquan Lewis, Darius Leonard, Naeem Hines, and Kiki QT in 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Getting a concussion by the Indianapolis Colts. So let's just hope that week 7 has something better for us. No more concussions, no more quads, no more ankle injuries. Let's just hope that our players can sustain and stay healthy. We don't have a bye until I think week 13 or 14. So we got about 6 more games that we have to play before we get to that bye. We do have another Thursday night game coming in there, which will give them a 10-day stretch again. But at the same time, we still have a lot of games and ground to cover. And I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm hoping and I'm praying that the guys can go to, you know what I'm saying, Tennessee and come out healthy, strong, and be ready for week 8, and no more concussions. Like I said, no more ankle injuries, no more quad injuries and stuff like that. I think I touched bases on everything, because I'm 19 minutes going into this thing. Like I said, man, it's week 7, the Colts, Titans, you know, last 4 times we met, Titans owned us. You know what I'm saying? They swept us. They swept us last season. Let's hope we don't get a sweep this season. I was